We bought our house in 2018, and I was interested in looking into solar, and I wanted to stay with a local company. So I just did a simple Google search, and I found Cape Fear Solar right away. I think my biggest motivation was I felt like I needed to do something. I needed to do my part to help reduce our carbon footprint and do something to help better the environment. You know, I've been living in Wilmington for a while, and it's like we have so many sunny days here, and I was just thinking like, man, it really seems like a waste to just not be harnessing this energy, this free energy here. I had heard that, I'd heard all these things about solar, that it wasn't very efficient, it was super expensive. That's what I'd always been told, but when I started reading about it myself, I found that to not be the case. I used Project Sunroof to run the numbers for my home, and not only did it make sense environmentally, but financially, it wouldn't make sense to not do it. It was going to save us money right away. And actually, we paid nothing up front. It actually, we signed the paperwork, the system was installed, and the very first month that it was on our roof, it saved us $50. I had spoken with a few people who knew people that worked for Cape Fear Solar, and they had really good things to say. And then also the reviews on Google were just all excellent. Everyone seemed really happy with their experience. And also staying with a local company was big to me, because anytime we can buy something locally and support the town that we love, I think that's a huge plus. It was right around the time that we replaced our roof, and it was right after Florence, and there were a lot of really aggressive salespeople coming around trying to sell roofs, and we had a really bad experience with a roofer giving us a quote. That guy was trying to get me to sign for the roof. That day I was like, if you think I'm going to drop this amount of money after talking to you for 30 minutes without thinking about it and comparing around, you're crazy. And then he did the thing well, let me talk to my boss. I think I can get you a better deal, and walked outside, and I was like
a car sale.
I would be just don't even come back. We did end up finding a good local roofing company. But once the roof was done, then we had someone from Cape Fear Solar come out, and it was such a contrast from what we experienced with the roofing company. They came here it didn't feel like a salesperson. It felt like someone who just wanted to teach us about solar and really show us the best option for our house. And so that meant a lot to me right away. I didn't want to be put into a pushy sales scenario. So I think that being able to trust the people from Cape Fear Solar is so huge. If you're going to make an investment that big in your home, you want to make sure that it's with someone that you can trust. And my relationship with Cape Fear Solar now goes back 3 years, and they've shown to be a very trustworthy and good company. And if I have a question, I know I can reach out and I get an answer right away. I've referred numerous people to Cape Fear Solar. I think somewhere close to 10 people now, and they've all come back to me and said the same thing, that they had a great experience with Cape Fear Solar. So I really can't say enough good things about my experience with them. I've had zero issues at all 3 years in with the solar system, which is great. But I feel like if there ever was an issue, I could call Cape Fear Solar and it would be resolved right away. I always tell people to start out by going to Google and looking at Project Sunroof, where you're able to pull up your house on a map, enter in all the details about your energy usage, and get a projection that way. That was the first thing that I did. So then when I got the quote from Cape Fear Solar, those two things were very consistent, and I found that 3 years into it, they still are very consistent. So that's the first thing I tell people to do. And then I tell people to go to Project Sunroof and then call Cape Fear Solar. I say shop around if you want to. You're making a big investment, but probably you're going to end up going with Cape Fear Solar just because for a lot of reasons. I think they're the best. I also warn them to be very cautious about the bigger national companies, especially the door-to-door companies. I've had a few friends get a quote from someone that was going door to door, and they were quoted almost twice of what the market average would be. So I think a lot of those companies are going around really gouging people who are not educated. So it's super important to use that Project Sunroof, read around, read the reviews that each company has, and
do the research,
make an informed decision that way.